you know, benefit from this program. So your outreach or things that you need that we're willing to help you with.
Yeah, go ahead, and then we'll go to you.
Okay, so just really quickly, I really appreciate that question because a lot of times when we go to schools around the state, we visited 100 schools in Southern California last year, and a lot of schools up here in the North California as well. A lot of people are surprised to know that a lot of black students at UC Berkeley that are from Northern California are from West Oakland. They went to MAC and they graduated from UC Berkeley, and so a lot of that is students that are at UC Berkeley outreaching to those schools. So yes, we do go to those schools in West Oakland, and we try to be role models to those students as well. So yeah.
So thank you. We have this sister here, and then we'll have one more question because time is very short. So we'll pick that in a moment, but go ahead.
With what's going on in the home.
Yes.
And I feel that not every individual could just speak on, you know, specific issues, like when he said, no offense to you, Eric, but when you had stated that the parents need to start caring. Sometimes there are individuals whose parents are deeply, you know, in drugs or who have mental illnesses. So the youth need to wake up and realize that sometimes they're not going to encourage us. We have to encourage ourselves and want better for ourselves. Because if we don't do it, then nobody else is. And we have to stop complaining and always putting the burdens on others.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so this sister stood up, and I see you, Sean. At any point in this day, you guys can pull one of these young people to the side and ask them a question, but we're limited on the time, and so I'm going to pass it to the elder sister here, if that's okay, Sean. So there's yes, sorry. Not elderly, just older.
Whatever it takes.
You got it going on. I see the haircut and everything. Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's all right. About time it was to my advantage. My name is Sharon Katsaneris, and I work for Oakland Unified School District. And I am just so proud of all of you. But unfortunately, there aren't many of our students are graduating and going to college. Unfortunately, we have a high dropout rate with our students. My question to you is, what can we as a school district do to help the youth more? So think about your high school days. Bring it on, because I want to hear you.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's keep these succinct as we can.
I'm not in the Oakland Unified School. Okay, so I go to Hayward High School. Same thing is happening there. Not that many people are going on to college. But what needs to happen is as soon as they get in in middle school, it needs to start. This is what you need to do to go to college. Here are your options. Take them. You know, if you go to community college, go to HBCU, go here. Lay them out for them. Once they get into high school, the counselors aren't there. I'm telling you, oh my gosh. Okay, so kids have to go out and get what they want. Like, there's nobody there to help them. The counselors at my school, there are like 4 counselors, and there's so many students there. And half of the students, seniors don't even know their A through G requirements, and it's so sad. So if people are there while middle school is happening, then they'll be, okay, we're on this path. So middle school, even before that, preschool. Seriously, baby Einstein, I don't know, something. Just to reiterate on what Naria was saying, basically, instead of focusing on, I know at Calcimont High, they were just focusing on the kids passing the KC and not really knowing their A through G requirements. So if they shift their focus on the A through G requirements instead of passing the KC, we'll all be college graduates.
Thank you.
So yeah, as someone who almost considers herself an expert on educational outreach, I really would say even though there are a lot of institutional barriers that are difficult to overcome, such as standardized testing, as silly as it may be, I I think that a lot of things that people can do is informal. So one, informally connecting folks. So like a lot of times, the organization I work with, we want to go to these schools. We have a hard time even contacting a teacher or a counselor to get black students. And you have, when we go to schools on another level, counselors telling black students, all students of color, they may have a 4.0, and I've heard a dozen people told they cannot go to UC Berkeley, and they have a 4.0, and there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's something deeply wrong with that. And these are people that are really active on campus, are doing sports and all that, those things. So there's no reason for that. But I think that if you know someone that knows someone else, that are teachers that are dedicated to the mission, as I call it, then you can send out that email, you can send out that blast, and it'll reach so many more people, and that's an informal level. So that's one thing I think the people that work for the school district can do.
Take notes. Lots of answers. So this has been, I think you'd agree that this has been a great conversation, a fantastic discussion, some really great solutions offered up by our young people. So please give them a round of applause. We are not completely done with the youth portion of this, but just as a wrap up, we're going to do the youth art contest winners right now. So I'm going to announce those, but just as a wrap up, some of the main points obviously are about making connections, but making real connections, going out and talking to young people, whether you're an administrator, you're a counselor, getting in the spaces where young people actually are, meeting them where they're at, as Naria suggested, and dropping that guard and really listening and having real conversations with young people. So thank you guys so much. There's so much more to talk about, but thank you. Actually, the youth art contest, the theme was very simple. We just asked young people to share their perspective on the state of the African American community in the East Bay. And some of the things that came up were anti-smoking efforts, the importance of remembering Black history, the pain of growing up without a father figure, education and college preparation, African cultural ties that have been lost, our hopes and dreams for the future, home, working together as a community, peace and justice, and being part of the solution. We're giving out prizes to the top 3 submissions, and I'm actually going to ask if there's an adult here that's representing, please to come up and receive the prize. But for the young people who, if they're here and they're representing the pieces that have won, please stand up and receive your applause. So for the first prize, actually let's start from the 3rd prize back. Let's do it that way. Let's do it like American Idol. 3rd prize is an untitled poem by LaRon Kelly, and I'm hoping you guys can read it, who's actually in a juvenile facility in Contra Costa County. And that actually makes a really good point about how we need to make connections to even the people we don't actually physically see. But he wrote this poem, and I suggest that you guys all read it. He's going to receive a gift certificate from Target. And I don't know if there's anyone here to receive his award, but we can definitely give him a round of applause in spirit. The 2nd place prize is a mural called Part of the Solution. It's a partnership between the California Arts Commission and East Oakland Youth Development Center youth artists celebrating the contributions of people of color. And so the prize for 2nd place is a set of A's tickets for a game with the Chicago White Sox. So give it up for them. There are way too many purple shirts for me to believe that there's no one here to receive this award. So, round of applause. Thank you. What's your name? Micah. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And the 1st place, let's get a drum roll. 1st place, anybody? A little drum roll, something? Thank you. Yeah. It's working together as a community, how we can make Oakland a better place to live. Artists Gabriel Mauricio, Ed Hill, Gregory Brinkley, Guadalupe Mauricio, Juan Castile from the East Oakland Youth Development Center mural class. So.